And when there's no blueprint, when there's no blueprint and plans that help you to say, okay, this is what you're supposed to be doing, that's the pain that you're feeling. That's the resistance that you're feeling. Only your way. There used to be a saying that said, my way or the highway. And growing up, I hated that sentiment, especially because it was used as a tool for control. But now that you are an adult, you can parent yourself, you can love yourself. Your way is the highway that you need to be taking. Welcome back to another Meaningful Conversations with me, Amber Rich Book. If you're new here, I teach all things self mastery and how to alchemize your life. Think of my videos as a conversation with your sister friend, a conversation with your friend that you can have those deep conversations with, not something that makes you think, something that takes away the excitement where you're like, not takes away, but introduces excitement for a thought process, introduces excitement for a conversation. And that's what today is. So today we'll be discussing the highway that you're on in this now moment. And when we are on the highway of life, many of us may have started out on freeways and interstates of our parents, our families, society, and things that aren't really in alignment with our sole purpose. So, the goal now, the intention now for you, if you're watching this video, is to begin riding on your highway. How you're acting. I remember that I became so agreeable because I was so like beat down by life from being myself that I became so humble, y'all. I was like, all right, I'm gonna just everybody, you can. And I would feel bad for things that I could accomplish. I would feel guilty for being able to get certain things in my life. But that's my justice. And so when you think about justice in your life, right? And as someone who navigated the legal system through my tumultuous divorce that also had criminal components to it, um, it's like it takes years for a resolve. And I found that when you take the highway of justice of someone else, you're on their timeline, you're on their governing of how they handle it, you're on their thinking system, you're on their processes, you're navigating life how they deem fit for you to navigate life. So that's where a lot of like the stress and the resistance comes in. But then when you come on this scope and you begin to navigate life how you deem fit, how your spirit, how your soul, how your higher self, how your full self, right? Your higher self, your ego self, your soul, all integrated together. This is why I tell people shadow work doesn't mean getting rid of your demons and your flaws. Shadow work is important because you need to understand the wholeness of who you are. We all have light and darkness within us. We all have good and bad within us. We all have certain capabilities in us, some more than others, right? It doesn't matter which side of the spectrum, but you have both. So when you are choosing to navigate on your highway, if you have not done the internal work on yourself to know what your demons are, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, what your angels are, what your guides are, how you think, what are your gifts. You're just out here raw dogging life, as many of us have, right? But the goal in working on ourselves and mastering ourselves is learning how to govern ourselves in a world that's governed by so many other things. Okay, Rich Book, well, what are you talking about? When I was navigating all of this stuff, this was years ago, y'all. It was so mentally taxing on me, so much mental anguish. But I was like, I can't, there's nothing that I can do, but what can I do? And it was fine, put these things in place, right? Do leverage the legal system to put certain protections in place. Do not frequent spaces or connect with people that can put you in proximity or expose you. it was like I had to create my own highway. And when there's no blueprint, when there's no uh, blueprint and plans that help you to say, okay, this is what you're supposed to be doing, that's the pain that you're feeling. That's the resistance that you're feeling. A lot of the resistance that many of you are feeling is because you've been told what to do for so long. You're great at following instructions that you don't know how to instruct yourself. You're great at following a plan that someone maybe put together for you, but putting the plan together for yourself is where you are weak. And that's not a wrong thing. It's you understanding that, but you guiding the plan that you're getting. So let's say, for example, you purchase a plan, you work with me, right? And I say, and in our one-on-one, I say, I need you. And I shared this in a podcast episode before. I'm like, okay, spin around 3 times and jump 5 times, and boom, that will do whatever. But your spirit says, I need you to spin around 3 times and I need you to jump 6 times. That is what I want you to follow. That is what I'm leading you to. Every single person that I work with is always being led back to themselves. Every single person that I'm connected to is always being led back to themselves, because you are the master of yourself. When you are mastering yourself, that's how you're able to alchemize your life. And that is what makes your highway worth it. Because if you're following my highway, you're going to be mastering your life the way that I master my life. And that may not be the way that you should be mastering your life. My alchemy may seem simple to so many people, but there's work that goes into it. Your alchemy is your own. And that's why over the years, scientists and actual alchemists, it takes years. And that's why some people get it faster than others, because if you're able to surrender all of the outside societal guidance and insight, you'll be bringing yourself back to the core of who you are. You'll be bringing yourself back there. So, yeah. Good morning. Or good afternoon, or good night, right? The Truman Show, whenever you're watching this. So this is a very quick video. Make sure you're on my email list, the Rich Life Collective, arichbook.com. Yeah, I'm grateful. I'm grateful because I'm like, oh, I gotta have these really long videos. So, right, what prompted this video, what inspired this video was the new requirements for YouTube. And I know I'm building my YouTube, but I'm doing what I want in this life. And that's what makes shit feel good to me. I'm doing what I want in this life. I am moving how I want to move. I'm creating what I want to create. I'm building what I want to build and how I want to build it. And everything else is a byproduct, because for me, if I follow certain things, and this is for me, it doesn't work for me. And that's just, and I have to accept that. So, okay, what does work for me? Having these types of videos works for me. Having these types of conversations works for me. I don't need to talk for 48 minutes, 60 minutes. When I'm teaching yoga, I'm talking 60 minutes nonstop. When I get paid to speak, I'm getting paid thousands of dollars to speak nonstop for 60 minutes. I don't have to perform. So that's my life and my reality. So being able to just get on here and talk to you, this is what I want, because there's no shucking and jiving, there's no tap dancing. I'm telling you the truth. I'm here to teach you how to master yourself so you can alchemize your life, and now you're living the life that you desire. I'm here to show you how powerful you are, how influential you are, how you can have anything in this world that you so desire, y'all. So like, I'm like looking at my skin looks so good. Because if you go back through my videos, y'all, if y'all go back through my videos, if you binge my videos, I had acne. Even last year I had acne. I had dark spots. You see some of them are still there. I got one little thing right there, but okay, whatever. Like, this my skin, y'all. And remember, our wills be done. And I remember in one of those videos, I was like, I have health. I love having healthy skin. I was teaching y'all real life manifestation of what I was doing in my life, and boom, I'm like, you see it, and it's going to keep getting better and clearer and all the other good stuff. So if you're interested in working with me, go to my website, arichbook.com, schedule a one-on-one coaching session with me so that we can talk through your specific mastery in your life. I love you, love you, love you. Until next time.